guys! Welcome to my channel, The Homestead Quest. My name is Amanda, and today we're just going to be doing a garden tour. It's also just a general garden maintenance day. I have some weeding I have to do and some repotting. Come along with me today and check it out. Alright guys, garden tour time. We'll start with the carrots. Carrots are doing good. I just really need to get in there and give them a good thinning out. I fed them for the first time 2 days ago, so I have to get them thinned out so that they can take up the space they need. And here are the leafy greens. I've been seeing some big growth from these guys. This is the black kale. Here's my spinach, and they're starting to get big. I've noticed that the Swiss chard is really starting to get big. I'm actually gonna have to start pulling some leaves off here. And then here is the purple kale. So the last few days I've been doing research on pepper plants because this year I want big green pepper plants with plenty of growth. And one thing that I learned is that when they're this size, and they start to flower and start to produce peppers, you actually need to pull them, the flowers and the peppers, off of the plant so the plant can focus its energy on getting big first, and then when it's time, it will produce you with a lot of peppers. So it's been kind of sad. I've been pulling off flowers and peppers to make sure that the plants can get good and established, and then when it's time, they'll grow me lots of peppers. Okay guys, and here are the pole beans. As you can see, they are starting to climb, and I'm getting so excited. So the purple pole beans have been the slowest to germinate and the slowest to grow, but they will start to probably reach out and climb this trellis in the next week or so. And I'm finally seeing true leaves off of the cucumber plants. So once you see true leaves in your garden, that's when it's time to fertilize. And by true leaves, I mean when a seedling pops up, it has its initial leaves. That just absorbs the energy from the sun and gives it its first initial boost of energy to grow. And then these are its true leaves. So these true leaves have popped out. So that was a signal to me to go ahead and fertilize. So they were fertilized for the first time 2 days ago as well. So I expect to see them start to climb and really make some big changes in the next week or so as well. Alright guys, here are some peas. I'm finally starting to get some peas, but look at these guys. Give this one a try. It's good, it's sweet. Here's one of the mammoth sunflowers. It's started to get really big. So all of the watermelon, or the sugar baby watermelons that I had been putting in here died, and I don't know what I did. So I actually ended up putting in another little pumpkin plant, and it was already looking yellow when I first planted it, but the new growth is green, so that's signaling to me that it should be healthy. But these are going to be mini white pumpkins. Let me see if I can see what it's called. Called a Casperita white pumpkin, so that will be cool. And here is one of the Cinderella pumpkin plants. I mean, look at the leaves. They are starting to get big. They are green and healthy. I'm very pleased to see the amount of growth on these guys. My Roma tomato plant is still kind of looking a little gangly. I really need to get this cattle fencing put up and trellised so that I can tie these off. But my sun sugar tomato plant is really starting to look like it's growing a lot as well. In fact, we are getting some tomatoes. This guy will also benefit off of being tied off and being able to climb a trellis. Thinking we'll be able to get that done this week. And then here is the yellow pear tomato plant. That one's doing good. And the mystery pumpkin plant has gotten a couple of true leaves, so I fertilized it as well. And we'll be planting that in this container. So it will have its own container and we'll be able to figure out what kind of pumpkin or gourd or whatever it is. And then here's the other Cinderella pumpkin plant that is just doing so well. Its leaves are getting big, it's super green and healthy, and all of the pumpkins I showed you will be climbing this trellis as well. And I think we're actually gonna get a lot. I've been feeding them really well, and my goal is to get a lot of pumpkins for the kids to pick come October, and then also I'll be using them and their seeds for chicken feed. So it's not just for fun, they will be serving a purpose because pumpkin seeds are very good for chickens. So that will serve as a good supplemental feed for them over the winter. And here is the other mammoth sunflower. This one's bigger than the other one, and it is looking so good and big and healthy. I fed both of these guys for the first time the day before yesterday as well. And here's the blueberry bush. And I'm starting to get blueberries. Alright, and here is the herb spiral. I've added some herbs to it since last time. I've added some cilantro. I also planted some dill. My mint is starting to really fill out. My golden oregano is looking beautiful. So anyways, I wanted to show you guys this. This is regarded as a weed, but it's not. It is called purslane, and it is edible, and it's kind of lemony, and it's supposed to be really good sauteed just with like oil and salt and pepper. Purple sage is looking good and beautiful. So is the creeping thyme. See those beautiful little purple flowers on the creeping thyme? I just love that. Okay guys, so I'm mad at my chickens because I have 4 tires here. And as you can see, I looked outside and there were 2 of them in here, and I'm not too mad at them because they usually never bother these, but it was a hot day and they did this and dug a hole to bed down to cool off. And you know, it doesn't actually seem like they killed a lot of it. I think they only killed one part. So I'll just amend it with some more soil and it will be fine. Then they did that to this one as well and didn't seem to disturb it. They just dug some holes, so you know, and then they didn't bother this one at all. Here are the Jacoby little pumpkins. They're really starting to take off and grow as well. They've got big green healthy leaves. They're also starting to think about flowering. That's what these are. So we'll start getting some little baby pumpkins soon. Alright guys, so now I'm going to get this metal container filled with some of my Kellogg's raised bed mix and then also some compost because we're going to plant mystery pumpkin in here. So let's get her filled up. Alright guys, so we are going to plant mystery pumpkin. So if you're new around here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, it was a couple episodes ago, but I found this pumpkin seedling or squash or gourd seedling under, like almost under my house. It was in a clump of dried up pumpkin seeds. And a few years ago I discarded a bunch of like dead pumpkins and gourds and squash like under the house. I know, shameful. But anyways, I found this and a clump of seeds, and since then it's gotten a couple of true leaves. And honestly, I don't know if it's a squash, if it's a decorative gourd, or if it's a traditional pumpkin or what kind. So we're gonna plant him and see what he turns out being. Alright, so here's Mystery Pumpkin in its brand new home. really happy in there. And if you have any guesses that you want to post them in the comment section below. Maybe I could send a prize out to whoever guesses it right at the end of the season, but I'm excited to see what this guy's going to be. So I also have an extra Casperita white pumpkin plant, and it's looking healthy, and I do have an extra smaller container, so we're going to plant him really quick. So something else that I really need to do that I've been putting off is I need to mulch the strawberry bed. So the strawberries are mulched and ready to go. Like I said, they're looking rough, but I never expected them to produce strawberries this year. All that's left for me to do for them is to keep them watered and to feed them with fertilizer and let them establish so that they can produce me with a big bed of strawberries next year. Alright guys, now all I have to do is just kind of clean it up a little bit in here and water for the night, and then I will be done for the day. And that's just another gardening tip that I have for you guys, especially when it's getting really hot out. Water your plants at night, and then that way it's sucked up into their roots and more into their system before the heat of the day strikes them, because you can actually ruin your root system if you water during the day and it gets hot. Alright guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed just seeing all the new progress and growth that's going on in the garden. And I hope you guys are starting to look forward to 4th of July this Monday, and that you guys have some fun plans coming up. But again, thank you guys so much for watching today. My name's Amanda. This is the Homestead Quest.